There's a fact about space that is so simple, but when you really think about it, it's actually pretty terrifying. And we're going to uncover it by starting with what seems like a really simple question.
Seriously, just think about that for a second. We've all seen the pictures, right? The sun is shining, the lunar surface is lit up like crazy, but the sky is just pitch black. Why is that? It's a weird little paradox that points to a fundamental and kind of scary truth about our universe.
So, to really get to the bottom of this, we've got to go back to one of the most incredible moments in human history, the moon landing. Those images are iconic, for sure, but they also hide this really strange detail in plain sight.
And this just nails the problem perfectly, doesn't it? Everything we experience as daytime here on Earth says the sky should be bright. But on the moon, as Neil Armstrong saw firsthand, the rules are just totally different.
I mean, the contrast is just wild. On the one hand, you've got our familiar, beautiful blue sky. And on the other, you've got the moon's reality, a blazing bright surface sitting under a ceiling of complete and utter black. So what's going on here? What makes them so different?
Well, the answer actually starts right here at home, not out in space. To understand why it's so dark out there, we first have to understand why it's so bright right here. And it all boils down to one absolutely crucial thing: our atmosphere.
See, our planet is wrapped in this incredible, multi-layered blanket of gases. And it does way more than just give us air to breathe. It basically acts like a giant lampshade for the whole world.
And the way it works is actually pretty simple. Sunlight streams into our atmosphere, right? And it immediately starts smashing into trillions and trillions of little air particles. Those particles send the light scattering in every single direction, filling our entire sky with that bright glow we see every day. It's kind of like a giant cosmic pinball machine for sunlight.
Okay, so that explains Earth. Now, let's take that idea and go back to our moon mystery. If our sky is bright because we have an atmosphere full of particles, what happens when you take all of that away? And here is the absolute game changer. Space is a vacuum. For all intents and purposes, it's empty. There are no particles, or at least not nearly enough, to scatter any light. So the sun can be blasting out an unbelievable amount of energy, but without anything for that light to hit, the rays just travel completely invisible.
Think about it like this. Imagine you're in a perfectly clean, dust-free room and you shine a laser pointer. You can't actually see the beam of light in the air, right? You only see the little red dot where it hits the wall. Well, space is exactly like that, just on a cosmic scale. Light is just an invisible line until it smacks right into something, like a planet or an astronaut. And that brings us right back to Neil Armstrong on the moon. The ground beneath his feet is bright because sunlight is hitting it directly. But when he looks up, there's no atmosphere. There are no particles to do that scattering thing. There is literally nothing there for the light to light up, just a black, empty void. So, mystery solved. But this is where the solution gets, well, a little unsettling.
Because once you understand this, it stops being just a fun science fact. When you really stop and think about what this would feel like for a person, it gets genuinely creepy.
Now, I'm serious, just take a second and actually try to imagine this. No planets nearby, no stars, no galaxies. You're just placed in a random spot in the deep emptiness of intergalactic space. What would you actually see?
Forget all the sci-fi movies with the twinkling stars and colorful nebulas. In the real, true emptiness of space, there is nothing to see. In every single direction, all around you, there would be only just an absolute, total, suffocating black. A darkness so complete our brains, which evolved under a bright, colorful sky, can barely even process it. This is probably the best way to get a feel for it. Go on, you can try it right now. Just press your hands firmly over your closed eyes. That deep, featureless, pressure-filled black that you see, that is literally what most of the universe looks like.
Right? Just trying to wrap your head around that level of sensory deprivation, that infinite, empty nothingness, it's enough to make your hair stand on end. It's a real reminder of just how huge and how profoundly empty the cosmos really is.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a simple truth about how light works can reveal a reality that chilling, what other mind-blowing, maybe even terrifying secrets are still waiting for us out there, hidden in all that silent, pitch-black darkness?